Service and Police Anti-Narcotics Bureau. The Navy seized 2 multi-day fishing trawlers and arrested 6 persons who were on board. The Navy has observed a suspicious multi-day fishing craft during a search operation conducted in the southern sea of the country using Samudra ship. The Navy said they found a stock of drugs when they searched the craft. The Navy said they took into custody another multi-day craft which came to provide fuel to the other craft, and the suspects and the craft were taken to the shore. The management of the university says that Buddhist and Pali University will be temporarily closed from the 19th.
Mahopadhyaya Venerable Professor Niluwe Sumanavanshathera said that all students should vacate their hostels immediately. He mentioned this during a media briefing in Colombo today. Mahopadhyaya of the Buddhist and Pali University, Venerable Professor Niluwe Sumanavanshathera said that the university has been established to propagate Buddhism. The act of the university does not provide opportunity for employment. State Minister Suren Raghavan said that the Senate has decided to locate all foreign Buddhist monks who have come to learn Buddhism at another place. He requested all parties to refrain from bringing disrepute to the nation and the Buddha Sasana.
Deputy Vice Chancellor Terence Madhujit says that security of the Peradeniya University has been ensured. He said that the university has also launched an investigation into the recent incident. Legal measures are being taken in connection with the incident on assaulting former Vice Chancellor Atula Senaratne and his son. 12 students connected to the clash have been remanded. All faculties of the university have been provided with security. Accusations have been levelled against the police acting during the clash at the Peradeniya University. A group of university students have accused that officers of the Peradeniya police station are favouring the students linked to the incident. Police media spokesman SSP's Nihal Taldua said that the students have been arrested and produced in courts and investigations are continuing. If there are incidents that have not been reported, that can be looked into. Investigations are continuing according to the information received.
Now, the Microfinance Victims National Movement has requested to write off microfinance loans. They said that the first meeting to demand the government to do so will be held on the 18th in Kantale town. This was disclosed during a media briefing yesterday by the convener of the movement, Nirosha Guruge.
Convener of the Microfinance Victims National Movement, Nirosha Guruge, said that majority of them took loans to feed the children. The agreement was given in English language. There are more than 15,000 microfinance companies in the country. There's no mention about the interest rate and the payments are not marked. The government should take steps against illegal organizations. State Finance Minister Shahan Semasinghe expressed his views about the matter today. State Minister Shahan Semasinghe said that a legal framework will be prepared to include microfinance companies and to provide a justifiable service to the public.
Thilini Priyamali, who is in remand prison in connection with the large financial scam, was bailed out today. Colombo Fort Magistrate Thilina Gamage ordered to release her on a bail of 50,000 rupees and 2 surety bails of 10 billion rupees each. The court banned her to travel abroad and ordered her to appear before the CID between 9 a.m. and 12 noon on the last Sunday of each month. Thilini Priyamali was given bail on Tuesday in connection with 7 cases heard at the court in connection with the incident. The interim injunction requested by Nimal Siripala de Silva against his removal from several posts of the party, including the vice chairmanship of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party, was dismissed today by the Colombo District Court. Meanwhile, the appeal filed by Nimal Siripala de Silva against that decision was decided to be taken up by the appeal court on the 16th of January 2023. The Supreme Court ordered today to take up 3 fundamental rights petitions seeking to cancel the decision taken by former President Gotabaya Rajapaksa to grant a presidential pardon to former MP Duminda Silva on the 7th of February. The Supreme Court ordered today to call 2 petitions filed by a group of parliamentarians on the 18th of January. They have filed a petition requesting to issue a writ order asking for the election commissions to conduct the local government election.
India's central bank has approved banks to open 5 escrow accounts for trade with Sri Lanka through the Indian rupee trade settlement mechanism, Reuters news agency reports. The Indian rupee trade settlement mechanism allows using Indian rupees instead of dollars and other major currencies for international transactions. According to an official document reviewed by Reuters news agency, India's central bank has given approval to banks to open 12 escrow for trade in rupees with Russia. The same document showed that 6 other accounts, including 5 for trade with Sri Lanka and 1 for trade with Mauritius, have also been authorized. The Reserve Bank of India set up the mechanism in July. An Indian government official told Reuters that the government is looking to bring countries that are short of dollars into the mechanism. President Ranil Wickremesinghe has instructed officials to take steps to develop Alla tourist zone under a broad plan soon.
The President has informed them to provide him with the plan within 4 months. During a discussion today with the Alla Business Association, the President instructed to prepare the plan together with the Ministries of Tourism, Urban Development and Environment. The President pointed out the need to develop the area according to a proper plan, which has won the attraction of tourists. It was emphasized the need to make constructions while protecting the beauty of the environment. Under the first phase, the Alla tourist zone is scheduled to be converted into a tourist destination. Thereafter, the President said the entire Uva province will be made a tourist area.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that a tourism economy cannot be created without solving basic problems. At least 2 million tourists have to be brought down who can spend $500 to $1,000. At present, a room is sold for $20 to $30. There should be a plan to develop the area, including Mattala. It will take some time, but it should be initiated now and move forward with.
කාමරයක් උගුරන්නේ 20ට 30ට අපි එතෙන්ට යන්න ඕනේ. ඒකට සැලැස්මක් තියෙනවා. නාගතේ අපිට පුළුවන් නම් මත්තල දියුණු කරන්න. එනොත් කණ්ඩායම් වෙනවා. ඉතින් මේක යම්කිසි කාලයක් යන එකක්. මෙතන ඉඳන් ආරම්භ කරගෙන අපි ඉදිරියට යමු.
A meeting held in connection with the Sri Lanka tour of Rotary International chairperson Jennifer Jones was attended by President Ranil Wickremesinghe. The meeting in Colombo was organized by Rotary District 3220. The President requested the Rotary Club to join the National Food Security Program to make the country self-sufficient by next year, in a similar way to how they supported the country when faced with a medicinal drugs shortage. The National Food Security Program was launched to make the country self-sufficient by next year. The President said that the program to make food secure in the country has already been launched.
The system of writing answers to scholarship examination this year has been changed. Commissioner General of Examinations LMD Dharmasena said that the second question paper will be given first for the students this time. The Grade 5 scholarship examination is scheduled to be held on the 18th. More than 334,000 students will be sitting for the exam at 2,894 centres with 494 coordinating centres. Commissioner General of Examinations LMD Dharmasena said that the second question paper will be from 9:30 a.m. to 10:45 a.m. There will be a short break from 10:45 a.m. to 11:15 a.m. The first question paper will be from 11:15 a.m. to 12:15 p.m. An admission card will not be issued this time, and instead a registration list has been introduced to sign. Therefore, the students do not have to spend an additional time to sign admission papers during the examination. Commissioner General of Examinations LMD Dharmasena said that examination centre heads have to make certain, along with their staff, that their time on clocks are the same to avoid problems similar to last year. The staff should inform the students of the time of the commencement of the examination.
The National Education Commission has commenced an initiative to host the National Education Commission Research Symposium on Education.
It will be held biannually commencing from 2022 to create a national platform for those who are in diverse institutions engaged in education research to meet and share research findings and exchange views and opinions. It is also to bring together a wide audience for scholarly discourses and debates. The first symposium was held today at the PMICH in Colombo, covering early childhood care and education, general education, higher education, tertiary and vocational education.
That globally, this was the first time that all schools, including Sri Lanka, all schools needed to be closed, unfortunately, for a long period of time, and nationwide, and then very uniquely caused by health-related issues, not because of the national disaster or conflict, but actually it was studied as a health-related challenges that leads to close all the schools nationwide for a long time and many months. And as well as the COVID emergency period, UNICEF has been a key partner of the Ministry of Education and the government in sharing the relevant global and regional evidence and knowledge. Also, particularly we support the Sri Lanka, working with the Ministry of Education to generate specific country-specific evidence and data to inform what priority actions and also how have to be taken to ensure continuous learning, safe school reopening, and then learning recovery. And now in Sri Lanka, as officials also mentioned that, children and adolescents are further affected by the ongoing crisis. And this learning crisis is hitting vulnerable children the hardest. And the data is showing that, particularly including children from the poorest families, including urban poor families, those in the estate sector, and then children with disabilities.
Now we are in 2023 within next 2 weeks' time. So hardly we have 7 years. Still we are talking about education reform. That era is gone. So I attended the last UNESCO Education Ministers Conference in Paris in August. Now they are not talking about reforms. Now UNESCO, they are talking about transformation of education and digitalization of education. So where we are, there are 5 domains. The number 1 is administrative reforms. We have already started administrative reforms. Without the structure in place, you can't start reform or transformation. We will collapse. We have to build the capacity of the entire staff. Education administrators, educators, master teachers, the principals, and the teachers, educators. We have 19 colleges of education where we train pre-service teachers. We have to train at least 4,000 teachers one batch. We have only 45% of the teacher education. 55% shortage for last many months. So then I took steps with secretary to get some funds from treasury and to release the results and give them to these are two matters. Dragging for months, years. We are short of 622 administrative service officers. Now we are taking steps to hold examination and then appoint them. By 31st of December, there will be about 800 vacancies in the administration. We started with administrative reforms parallelly. The NIE they have started curriculum development and module system. So we have to start reform or transformation from early childhood education and the general education. So we have to change the system of the people. So we need people to advise and contribute for this system change.
A new boat service was commenced yesterday at the Divannaoya to provide an entertainment service. Such a service was commenced in 2018 in Bera Lake. The service was suspended due to several reasons. The new service was launched by the Land Reclamation and Development Corporation, modernizing the boats used for that service. Facilities can be provided at once for nearly 30 persons. Facilities have been provided to conduct conferences, discussions and get-togethers. The Ministry of Urban Development and Housing gave instructions to commence the project. The price of local rubber has stabilized. It is reported that importation of rubber has decreased rapidly.
The second progress review meeting of the committee appointed to look into the decrease of local rubber price and importation took place yesterday under the patronage of State Minister Ranjit Siambalapitiya. It was revealed that the results have been obtained after strictly regulating rubber imports. 4,058 metric tons of rubber have been imported in October and it has decreased to 2,126 metric tons by November. The importation of rubber has decreased by 77% when compared with November during the time period until the 10th of December. State Minister Ranjit Siambalapitiya said rubber planters faced a major problem by October. The President paid his attention about the matter and established a committee to find solutions to the problem. It was revealed that rubber produced in the country was not sufficient for rubber-related industries. The problem was created by importing more rubber than needed. The situation will be changed through a certain control by the committee.
Now, the government says the Social Security program will be strengthened during the next few months. The international financial organizations have given a pledge in this regard. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena mentioned this during a meeting with public representatives of the Dehiwala Mount Lavinia Municipal Council. The government took steps to maintain social security facilities amidst various difficulties. During the recent past, there was a reduction in income avenues, loss of employment, non-implementation of investment plans and development activities of construction sectors took place. Financial investments were strictly controlled. As a result, many institutions were denied their income. The government hopes to relax the situation from January. The Prime Minister said it will be possible to remove many obstacles for the local government institutions to conduct their activities.
The National Chamber has announced that National Business Excellence Awards 2022 for the 18th year. The National Business Excellence Awards has maintained its high standards and gained much recognition and prestige amongst the business community.
The President of the National Chamber, after recognizing current evolving trends and situation in the country, has considered to give a high emphasis to recovery efforts of the organization. The competition comprises of extra large, large, medium, small and micro industry categories. It also creates the opportunity for 29 industry sectors to secure awards. 92 awards will be presented to the winners this year, including overall excellence winners of gold, silver and bronze. The shortlisted applicants will be reviewed and interviewed by a panel of judges to assert the best corporate companies as award winners. Selection of winners will be made by an eminent panel of judges. The award ceremony will be conducted in May of 2023.
We understood the fact that when you look at the 17 sustainable development goal paradigms can be incorporated into environment, social and governance. Then we look at the corporate social responsibility and environmental sustainability and the excellence in business and financial results. Finally, when all these verticals work together, we need to create profitable organization. What we look at is moving forward, how Sri Lankan institutions are going to get aligned with ESG through that framework, how the sustainable development goals are going to get captured. Maybe moving forward, we should be able to capture institutional investors from the other part of the world.
This is the future. If Sri Lanka is not a country where we can do things cheaply. Actually, our cost of manufacture is very high in almost every space. So we need to embrace technology and try and look at how we can add value to these expensive supply chains that we have.
So when significant economic issues are almost strangling all our businesses. What business excellence can we talk about? And when interest rates as well as exchange rates and cost of production is battering all of you, what business excellence can you talk about? Now, these are the most important deliberations that went into the evaluation panel discussions. And we thought of making the evaluation and the criteria in the evaluations fair in the light of all the challenges that your businesses are going through this. So that's what we did. And in the course of doing that, we saw an important aspect of sustainability, SDG, Sustainable Development Goals coming to the forefront in terms of what we faced during the pandemic time, as well as the pressures that the world economy is facing with.
And that's a wrap of local news. Stay tuned for foreign news after this break.
இந்த பண்டிகை காலத்தில் தேர்ந்தெடுக்கப்பட்ட விற்பனை நிலையங்களில் பீப்பிள்ஸ் பேங்க் கிரெடிட் கார்டுக்கு 60% வரையிலான விலை கழிவுகளை பெற்றிடுங்கள். அத்துடன் வட்டியில்லா தவணை கொடுப்பனவு திட்ட வசதிகளை மேலதிக சலுகையாக பெற்று மகிழ்ந்திடுங்கள்.
Welcome back, and in your foreign news tonight, at least 21 people, including children, have been killed after a landslide hit a holiday campsite in Malaysia's Selangor state.
Families were sleeping in their tents when the landslide happened at a farm stay in Batang Kali township. Hundreds of rescuers spent Friday digging through mud to find survivors. The farm's managers said at least 30 children and 51 adults were registered for an overnight stay. Local media reported that Malaysian authorities said 14 people were still missing and that about 700 officials are involved in the search and rescue. The Malaysian Fire Department said at least 4 children were among the dead. More than 20 primary school teachers and their family members were at the campsite. According to a New Straits Times report, Malaysia's Fire and Rescue Department said a 30-meter high slope impacted the campsite. Government authorities noted that the landslide involved about 450,000 square meters of soil. Local Government Development Minister Koh Ming reported that the camping site had been operating illegally. Deputy Prime Minister Zahid Hamidi, who visited the area earlier today, also said that all campsites in dangerous locations had to be evacuated.
For the first time, the White House has ordered the release of thousands of documents on the murder of United States President John Kennedy in full. With the publication of some 13,173 files online, the White House has said that more than 97% of records in the collection were now publicly available. No huge revelations are expected from the papers, but historians hope to learn more about the assassination. Kennedy was shot during a visit to Dallas, Texas on the 22nd of November in 1963. A 1992 law required the government to release all documents on the assassination by October 2017. On Thursday, President Joe Biden issued an executive order authorizing the latest disclosure. But he said some files would be kept under wraps until 2023 June to protect against possible identifiable harm. The U.S. National Archives said that 515 documents would remain withheld in full and another 2,545 documents would be partly withheld. A 1964 U.S. inquiry, the Warren Commission, found that Kennedy was killed by Lee Harvey Oswald, a U.S. citizen who had previously lived in the Soviet Union, and that he acted alone. He was killed in the basement of the Dallas police headquarters 2 days after his arrest. JFK's death spawned decades of conspiracy theories, but on Thursday, the CIA said that U.S. spy agency had never engaged Oswald and did not withhold information about him from U.S. investigators.
Kutumi, Fantamai.
Your sports news for tonight, Dunith Velalage won the Best School Cricketers Award and Vishmi Gunaratna won for the Best Female Cricketers Award at the 44th Schools Cricket Award ceremony. The award ceremony was organised jointly by the SLT Mobitel and the Sunday Observer newspaper.
During the ceremony at the BMICH in Colombo, Dunith Velalage was also awarded with the Best All-Rounder of the Year award. Vishmi Gunaratna won the Best Female Players award and is a student of Gampaha Ratnavali Balika Vidyalaya. Gampaha Ratnavali Balika Vidyalaya won the award for the Best Girls Schools Award of the Year. St. Joseph's College Colombo won the Best Boys Team of this year.
And that's all the news for today. Join us again at the same time tomorrow. Good night.
Good night.
நேத்ரா டிவி நேசத்தின் நெருக்கம்.
मुसाफिर हूँ मैं दूर का, दीवाना हूँ मैं धूप का, मुझे ना भाए ना भाए ना भाए छावरे।
मन के धागे ओ मन के धागे, धागे पे सावरे, धागे पे सावरे है लिखा मैंने तेरा ही तेरा ही तेरा ही तो नाम रे। ऐसी वैसी बोली तेरे नयनों ने बोली, जाने क्यों मैं डोली ऐसा लगे तेरी होली में तू मेरा।
तूने बातें खोली कच्चे धागों में पिरोली, बातों की रंगोली से न खेलूं ऐसे होली मैं ना तेरा